Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Happy Saturday. Thank you guys for being here. So, first and foremost, we have two things to mention tonight. First, happy birthday to our brother, our ICS brother Flavio. Enjoy it, my friend. Have a happy birthday. We'll see you again when you get back from sleeping in your bed. And also, second, Mike had his baby, so congratulations to Mike as well. God
Modoc,
bless.
for those who don't know.
Yes,
Modoc Mike.
Congrats.
He's also in our network. So again, congratulations to him and his wife. So guys, as usual, let's say hello to panel. My friend Dilo, how you doing? Thank you for being here.
I'm doing well, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Graeme, my friend, what's going on? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, sir. Still on my high of watching Guardians Volume 3 last night, so
Yes, we're gonna
want
get
to go
into
see
that.
it immediately.
Yes, let us know. Let us know how it was. Let us know how you felt about every. Well, we're gonna get into all that stuff. No spoilers, guys. So don't worry. He's very respectful. You guys know I don't care for spoilers, so I wouldn't mind if he told us the whole movie, but it's not gonna happen. So we're not gonna do that to you guys tonight. Although I should, but no, just kidding. But let's see who's in the chat with us tonight. We got Insane One in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. We got Bobby in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got the Jetty in the house. What's going on? We got Insane. Oh, shucks. Thanks. We got Luis in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Darth 3's in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got Luis in the house. What's going on, my friend? We got Bad Boy for Life in the house. You're beautiful too, Jedi Watch. Oh, man.
Thank you.
He's the giveaway winner in the house. We got, let's see, Frank in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here tonight. We got the Thor in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. This is for you.
Damn.
We got, let's see who else is in here. We got Hector in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Congrats to Mike. So, guys, as you may know, the movie came out. We got we've spoken about the last few announcements and releases. So, or at least announcements. We're going to talk about some releases tonight. And we're going to talk about again, what was announced just because, number one, Dilo hasn't really given us his opinions on all that stuff, but also it's just really cool stuff that was announced. So we're going to get right into it, but I'm going to ask Graeme his opinion on the movie and if, for example, this figure looks exactly like what he looked like in the movie, if he would change anything, does anything look different? So Graeme, let us know how you felt about the movie and everything else.
Well, going into it, I tried not to look at too many spoilers, I didn't look at any spoilers, but like even the spoiler-free movie reviews, I didn't look at the IMDb rating. I didn't want to be like swayed one way or another. I did watch Chris Stuckman's review. I don't know if you guys watched him, big movie reviewer. He had some, get Stuckmanized.
Yeah,
he had some negative things to say, but overall, I thought it was really good. So, I thought it would be good, but obviously not as good as the first or the second one. Going in, I loved every minute of it. I thought the humor was on point with what it's been. The characters are just amazing. You care for each and every one of them. I thought they all had a place. I thought some of them had really good arcs too. And like you could just tell they grew over the last couple movies or even through like Infinity War Endgame type of thing. So I wanted more. I didn't want it to end, because sometimes too you watch a movie, but you're kind of like, okay, waiting for it to end here just a little bit. But I didn't feel that at all. So I was entertained throughout. I thought the villain was fine because there were some, I don't want to say negative things, but criticisms about, the villain. But, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's not always like this almighty villain. You had Ronan in one. You had, what was his name? Kurt Russell's character, Ego?
Ego, yeah.
Ego
in two. And then the High Evolutionary, in this one. So I thought that was good too. I thought the actor did a really good job.
So Adam Warlock is not the main villain. I thought it was. No.
It's Yeah, so he's really just a side character, and I think they're kind of like introducing him, so he'll have more of a role coming
Mhm.
up in the future. There was one thing that I didn't care for, and I'm not going to say what it was because that would be kind of a little bit of a spoiler. It's just kind of how one of the characters ended up that I just wanted something different. So whatever. Outside of that is amazing. I want to go see it again. Going to this figure, I think he looks exactly like he did in the movie. I saw the holiday special, and I'm sure that was a lower budget. But when we first saw this buff Groot in the holiday special, it was kind of like overly CGI. It looked fake, like had almost looked like he was wearing like a fake bodysuit, and everything was just kind of like shifting, and it was just weird. But obviously, with the bigger budget, it looked really good in the movie here in Volume 3. I thought it looked believable. It didn't look like CGI and stuff like that. He looked
Seamless.
awesome, right? And
Oh, you think it was a suit that the actor was wearing, or is it mocap?
in the holiday, it seemed like it, like maybe because it was like a lower budget or something, or maybe it was the first time I saw him and it just looked funny, and then I kind of got used to it. But
Right.
Groot was awesome. I think this was probably the movie that he actually had the biggest role and the biggest impact. So he was a lot of fun. And the scene where this happens, they kind of show it in the preview, but it was badass as well. So just how that all came to be. But no, I think the likeness is there. I think the detail in this is awesome. You got like more moss than you do on the Infinity War one. And then it's really cool with the deluxe that you get all these arms. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And then you can also use the extra faceplate on the spider looking one down there. So we were talking about that on my channel earlier in the week. Like, could you use both? Because it would be nice to display both because they look really good.
Right.
Very high definition. So it's cool to see the real time photo because then we can really kind of get a look at what it's going to look like. There's no Photoshop, there's
Right.
no effects or anything like that. They show you the abdomen area. So now we know like you're going to have to kind of swap out body parts in order to get the look that you have here with all the arms coming out. And I think this is going to be a really solid figure. And you guys know me, I'm like typically one variant in my collection, but I have no problem getting this and all of the Guardians for that matter, and then just moving like Teenage Groot and Rocket to like my Avengers cube, and then I'll just have like the Guardians shelf as well. So I'm super excited. I think it looks really good. I don't see anything wrong with this figure. Technically or visually, it looks really, really good to me. I'm excited to see the other Guardians that come out, and yeah, I'm super pumped. So
Now, question for you. So before I ask you a question, Chris in the house, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Thule, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, guys, if you don't mind. Thank you. So, Graham, so now, would it be a spoiler if I ask you what the spider is?
no, I don't. I mean, deal. I don't think so, right?
No, I wouldn't declare
It
that.
just. I mean, basically, we see. You see Warlock right away in the movie, and he's coming after him, and he pretty much rips his head off and kind of just grows legs and runs away. But so apparently, if you guys didn't know, after I've been watching like Emergency Awesome and all this stuff, apparently this Groot is different from the Groot in Guardians 1.
Mhm. Correct.
So I always thought it was just him kind of regrowing up, like they took a branch and it's still him, but apparently it's like a different, again, variant of Groot. So it's not the exact same one. So you know how he like when he got chopped up or whatever, it took him longer to kind of grow his limbs back or whatever. So this one can grow his body back rather quickly. So he ran away on his legs, but then he kind of regrows everything or grows back into his body over a few minutes. So you only saw one scene with him like that spider looking thing.
Now, question. So I'm assuming I didn't see the movie, guys. So I'm assuming that that was explained in the movie, but wouldn't it make sense? Like for me, for example, I would understand that the old Groot, obviously, it's growing slower because it's old. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be, like I said, I think this Groot's supposed to be maybe in his 20s. So obviously, it's going to regenerate faster than an old Groot. You know what I mean? So that's what I would expect. But if it's something different, and I guess it's something different. But I thought, I never knew that it was supposed to be a different Groot. I thought it was just, a piece of the original one that regrew to
So
himself.
I thought, yeah.
Right. That's what you would expect.
And maybe that's his theory, but that's what he said. I don't know. I don't know if that's canon
No,
or
it's
not,
confirmed.
but,
Yeah, James Gunn confirmed it when the second Guardians was announced. So I remember him doing an interview and stating that, like, you're going to be introduced to Baby Groot, and Baby Groot is not to be confused with the Groot we saw in Guardians 1. That one did pass away. This is kind of his offspring, aka his son there. So yeah, that's been kind of the theme of this group. Because you notice, I mean, like attitude wise, if you've seen 1 through 3, obviously this Groot version was a lot different than the first one we saw. He's obviously growing. He's a little bit more immature, and that's because he doesn't have any of the memories of the other Groot. So that explains why, he's an offspring of the old one that passed away, but he's his own Groot there altogether there. But
that makes sense.
But yeah.
Now, question for you. You saw the movie as well. What was your take on it? Anything different than what Graeme said that you thought was different, or did you think it was the same, better, worse?
For me, my feelings on the movie are a little bit more mixed, just because, it's hard to believe now, but like it's been 6 years since the last Guardians movie. I think I was telling you guys that in the chat. So, when time goes on, you start like building your own expectations and almost your own plot to the story, and you're kind of hoping that's the way it's going to shake out there. But to James Gunn's credit there, he doesn't go for the obvious in his movies. I've kind of learned that, like, I can't, like, how some people can predict the movie because it's just, it's right there in front of you. Well, with his movies, it seems like he figures that people are going to think that, and he tries to subvert expectations. I feel like that's what this movie did. So at first, when I'm watching it, it's not for me because I don't like where the direction of the story is going in. Just, again, without talking spoilers there. But the great thing about James Gunn's style of movie is that over time, he gives you time to adjust to like what the plot is going to be, what the story is going to be, and eventually gives you an opportunity to kind of enjoy the ride and then eventually accept the ending and be happy with the ending too. And I think that's the best way I can describe how the New Guardians movie was for me. I mean, it feels like it's a movie I need to watch again, because when you have such strong expectations in the beginning and it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would turn out, you still enjoy the movie, but it's just one of those things where it's like, kind of like what Graeme is kind of alluding to. I agree with what he's saying without saying exactly what he's saying as well too, because, watch for yourself and make up your own mind. But I think once the dust settled and I had time to kind of absorb the whole movie, I thought it was really good. I thought it was like probably the strongest Marvel movie we've gotten in probably, like, I don't know, since Spider-Man. I think, since No Way Home. I think that's probably the strongest Marvel movie we've had since then. So yeah, it's a great movie. It's a hell of a trilogy. I mean, it's a definitely go watch for anybody who's a fan of these characters here, for sure.
Nice.
And it was the first time we got an F-bomb in a Marvel movie.
I can't wait.
Spoilers, man. It's a good F-bomb, though. But it is a good F-bomb.
So we got Harold in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. We got Brick in the house. What's going on, my friend? We have D-Lo is going to demonetize us tonight because he's bringing his illegal weapon.
It's hot, man. It's getting warmer here, man. It's May in Florida, man. I try to cover these bad boys up, but today was one of those days, like, it's just like free the guns. Sorry.
Free the guns. Best movie from us. Yeah, no, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Like
Rick's
I said,
reading my mind, man.
I'll burn it. I'll burn it tonight. So guys, no, I'm kidding. Imagine
camcorder style.
I know that's exactly what
we used to. You see the heads.
Those are good old days.
Yeah,
exactly. The guy going into his seat, like, oh my god, when you sit down already, geez, how long does it take you to put your cup? You're drinking the cup holder there.
$5 DVD features.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, crazy.
Oh,
all right. So our next topic, guys. So we have this beauty.
So what is? But I want to see what D-Lo thinks about this Groot.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, freaking. Well, that's true. He didn't ask me, I guess. But yeah, I'll give you my thoughts on it real fast.
I didn't ask.
I didn't. Actually, I don't remember you asking, but that's okay. Yeah, Graeme. It's a really cool looking.
yeah, Graeme.
The Jedi veteran tonight. Ooh, takeover.
The Jedi rookie, you mean?
But
anyway.
Well, guys, this is my last show. I've said too much. But no, this is a really unique piece here. I mean, I think the big question was for everybody, like, how the hell do you have this torso and put these accessories on there? But seeing that base body on the floor next to the stand there, definitely gives you a good idea of what it's going to be. So it's probably going to be, you know, something where you just pop the legs, arms, and torso out and, you know, attach them there. Very cool engineering on that there. I like the simplicity, yet how challenging that may have been for them to make. So I appreciate that there. As far as the overall opinion on the figure, absolute shelf stealer. I mean, this is, if you put it in this position here with all these attachments on there, it is 100% going to steal the shelf. Like it looks
and then
that
put Star
darn
Lord
good.
behind him.
Right? I mean, come on, man. I mean, it pretty much, I mean, it pays for itself. If you watch the movie and you liked it and you see this figure available in this, it's, I mean, kind of like Graeme, like, maybe I'll put my Groot over there. Like, I was thinking the same thing while he was saying it. It was like, yeah, I really got to find a way to put this guy in my collection because I sort of have that rule specifically for like Marvel and DC, with the exception of Batman, of course. But yeah, I have a Groot. I like my Groot a lot. I have no complaints with it. I have the Teen Groot from Infinity War, the 2-pack with Rocket. But I wouldn't mind having this Groot in my collection. I wouldn't get rid of my Teen one just to get this one. I would probably have both there. So, but then
I think
I'm a big fan of the Guardians. I'm like, that's my favorite part of the MCU. For me, the Guardians and Thor is like, those are like my two favorite franchises. So Thor is a hard one to pass up on. Guardians is always hard to pass up on there. But yeah, absolutely. If you are a fan of Guardians and you already have a Groot, it would not be a bad idea to get this one too. Cause I'm with you on that one there. I really like this one that much. It's definitely going to steal the shelf.
One thing I'm paying attention to and noticing, so I don't know if you guys remember, and for those who have the Teen Groot, I don't know if you know about the leg problem where it's breaking off at the hip right here. Wait, let me move these guys out. Oh, well, first, this is for you, veteran.
I don't think so.
So,
and there it is.
So we have, hold on. So right here. So again, the legs are breaking off. Like mine is completely broken, like from the top where you can't fix it, you can't glue it. Obviously, if you glue it, it'll never move. So I didn't even bother gluing it. It's just sitting on its broken leg. So it looks like they made, you know, ball and socket joints for the, you know, for the new look now, for the new legs, which is great because whatever happened with the old ones, I don't know what they did. There's like a screw in there that's like the weirdest thing. So hopefully that they fix the issue, right? Another thing I'm noticing is, so to put it together, it looks like you're going to have to pop out the legs, put them in here, and then this piece here, I don't know.
Torso?
Well, not the torso, because it looks like this is going to be still, you're still going to put this top piece on top of here. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out if it's going to detach. It's got to be a 3-piece thing. So the legs are 1 piece, this is 2 piece, and then this is 3 piece. You know what I mean? So I think that these hands here are magnetic on this.
Magnetic, you say? Okay.
I think so. I mean,
I think there'll be
collaboration with InArt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the R2 that just came out. Everything was magnetic. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was insert.
You hated that. I saw.
Don't you think these will be too heavy though?
It's
too long and too much weight on the end to be magnetic?
Yeah. You're probably
it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was just the problem was where you would insert like 4 of the tools or 4 of the accessories. It was the whole thing was a magnet. So you had to kind of figure out where to put, you know, it was only 4 per little, you know, space.
Right.
What happened was, you know, some would have more a stronger connection than others. And so you would move C3PO, I mean R2D2, and it would everything would fall off like it did in the video. While I was making the video, I just picked them up and everything fell apart. So that's what I didn't like. It shouldn't have been magnetic if it's going to be, you know, that weak. It should have been, you know, little holes in there and just, you know, having the little inserts to fit snugly. So if you move it, it's not just going to slide out and pop out. So that's what I didn't like about it. So I don't know. So again, I'm going to assume this is going to be magnetic again. I don't know how else they would attach these things. If you look at the ends, I'm going to pull up the picture because there's no, you know, there's no pegs on these extra pieces. There's nothing like that. So that's why I'm going to assume is magnetic.
So you're saying the extra arms are the ones you're saying the magnetic ones?
Yeah.
Correct. That's what you're saying. Correct. Not the larger ones. Okay, I got you.
No. Yeah, the attachments are going to be magnetic, right? And again, it's just an assumption because I don't see pegs on it. And I'm gonna go um to the Hot Toys picture of it and see if we could pick up the on what I'm trying to say, because let me see. See, it shows you that it's under here, but it doesn't show, there's nothing indicating that there's going to be some type of peg, and they don't have a close up of the accessories either, which is annoying. Yeah, I guess we're not going to find that out. But look at this. This is beautiful. Look at the moss on this. Look at that.
It's
Little
What do you
LP.
guys think though of like let's just say you're a guy that likes to change up your poses, and you're constantly kind of switching back and forth, so you're pulling those legs out. Do you think there's got to be any concern for like the ball joints loosening
No,
over time, or
no, that I wouldn't worry
something
about.
breaking?
No. That I wouldn't worry about. I mean, if you're breaking, pegs on ball and socket joints, that you have a problem. You know what I mean? Just be careful. But I don't think it's going to be a problem breaking. I think that's why they changed it to what it is, because they had to re-engineer the figure so it's not breaking. Can you imagine that figure, that double pack was how much? It was like 250, 260, whatever it was at the time. Actually, probably more than that because it was two figures.
Yeah,
so
it's like three and change. Like
yeah, it was
350. Yeah, it was like 350.
Yeah, so the fact that you have a figure that again, me personally, I haven't moved it, never touched it. It's been sitting there. There's no reason for me to pick it up. There's no reason to pose it. It doesn't pose because of what it is. So for it to just sit there and breaking on its own, that hurts. So they have to re-engineer that because they know that it's happening. So I think that's why they went straight with ball and socket joint, which is the best thing to do to avoid the problem, hopefully, again, because we don't know what's going to happen. But it sucks. It sucks to just have a figure that you don't touch just break on its own, literally break on its own. Now it's either, what am I going to do? I went looking for another one. I'm still looking for another one, but it's a common problem. So a lot of people selling theirs used is already broken. So that's why I'm trying to hold off on it, but it is what it is.
Well, all the Groots have had problems, haven't they? Like even the original one, if I'm not mistaken, that Groot had one as well.
I don't remember if it did because I didn't have any with mine. What do you remember that it had?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, like the branches would come off on the legs. I think that was one of the concerns about the original Groot from Guardians 1.
Okay,
like that. But they just seem to have bad luck with Groots. So for that reason, I say be cautious, Graeme, to your question there. You say Groot figures tend to have a history of issues. I am not a fan of constantly rearranging a figure like this. I think it's one of those things where you kind of want to fall in love with a certain like movement or look to it there and kind of stick to it as much as possible. Because I think with anything, especially Hot Toys in 2023, I mean, the newest controversy we have today is Ahsoka broken arms. Right? It's just it feels like
I think that's why I asked, just because
Yeah, if we're talking Hot
Toys, and then if you're
5,
constantly popping it in, popping it out, could that change the amount of friction, holding it in there, loosen the joints or something.
And we're talking 5 to 6 years ago, Hot Toys had far less figures to worry about delivering on, and they had more opportunity for quality control. Those kinds of things would be much rarer, but with a higher amount of figures being announced and released on a yearly basis now, you're finding more and more problems with these figures. So, to your point there, Graeme, like definitely, I would be cautious and careful with that there, because it can be something as simple as a peg on the wrist for a Bo-Katan, or it can be as crazy as a entire forearm with an Ahsoka. You just never know these days. So, definitely play with it a little bit first, test it a little bit, and then once you feel more comfortable, try a little bit more. And I'd say that would be the better way to go about it. Just don't go for that pose day one. Say, get to learn your figure first, and then start doing stuff like that.
So question for you guys. If you guys notice, it looks like every time you're using these extra arms, the real arms, the thick arms only go up every pose. So are the arms like not going to go down if you use this torso? Look, every single pose that he's got the extra arms with the thin torso. See, the arms are always up. So is that going to be like stuck that way if you use these things? Because that
Good
would be
question.
annoying. You know, that would be annoying.
Good
Look,
observation.
every shot is his arms are up. So what, you can't put them down? Because I mean, I understand if that they're trying to pull off, you know, the movie scene. I get it, but is it? I mean, I don't see why not. Look at this.
It could just be because that's what he did when he had all those arms. That's all
Right.
he did was shooting,
Right.
and then
What about this?
it could
pose?
be that.
Did he do this? Did he do this in the movie too?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So you know, the fact that they just keep showing you the arms up. I mean, again, it shouldn't because it's a socket. It's a ball and socket joint, so you're going to be able to move the arms regardless.
Right.
But the fact that they keep showing you them up is like, is that going to be the only pose that you're going to be able to? But again, I don't think so.
I think
We'll
it
see what
depends too on the pieces, like
Correct.
what the
Yeah.
pieces actually are and what they're connected to. Because if it's just the same shoulder piece and it just pops in, I would think they would go down. Because it looks like, go back to that one. It looks like there's a gap there on that under his right by Star-Lord. It looks like there's a dark gap.
Here.
Yeah, so you would think it could.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
what that's the gap of the joint. That's what I'm saying. I
Right.
think you're going to be able to move it, but like you said, with these branches in the way, you might not be able to. You know what I mean? So maybe.
Yeah, true.
But again, it looks like it's
Mm.
magnetic. I have a feeling this is gonna be magnetic. I don't see any other way for them to put those things in there. Do you guys actually? Let me check on
I already
what do you
looked.
call it?
It's not there.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
not?
looked for you. It just
Oh,
says
man.
bendable arms. It doesn't go into it. Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay. All right, so I'm
doesn't
not even
say
gonna bother.
magnets and it doesn't say magnets. So I don't know if that means that it's definitely not gonna be magnets or
Right.
they're gonna be.
'Cause
It just doesn't make it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that looks beautiful, man. I can't. I want to see the movie to see how this happens. Obviously, you know, like people saw this like, oh, this happens in a movie. Like, yeah, but how? You know what I mean? So that's why it doesn't bother me knowing that this is gonna happen. But I can't wait to see it. This
Go
figure's
on
gonna
your
be
day off,
beautiful.
bro.
Got my day off. Imagine. I'm gonna burn it on my
That's
day
what
off.
normal people
Uh,
do.
What? That's what no more people do. Yeah, no, I have I'm in the future with Disney Plus. I'll wait. We got it's a good catch, Fabs. Thank you, my friend. So yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited, and like you guys said, this thing on the shelf. I feel like you guys, if you don't get this, like the deluxe version, I feel like you're gonna miss out on such an iconic pose. You know what I mean? And like not only that, but the body. You know, you're getting pretty much two different bodies with the figure. You know, like you get a whole different midsection. You get the extra arms, and if you look at them next to each other, the collector's edition and deluxe edition, it's like night and day. You know what I mean? You get like nothing with the look. You get nothing with the collector's
Totally
edition, and you
yeah,
get
it's
everything with the
totally different
deluxe.
figure.
Right, exactly. Here you just get one figure with the collector's edition, and with the deluxe you get two. So
Mhm.
you know that's why you're paying, you know, 350 and what 280 something, I think.
285.
285 and 350. Yeah, so that you know you're getting another figure for what 60 what 15, yeah, $65, $65
Carry the
extra.
one.
Carry the one, multiply by two. So we have guys. So we're going to talk about the next announcement that was made. Let me see where it is. All right, so we got this guy. So we talked about this as soon as it was announced. Like I went on live right away to like, you know, talk to you guys about this because I didn't expect it. You know, I think D'Lo called this. D'Lo mentioned, you know, this guy
Somewhat.
when we, yeah, not, I don't know if, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I know he said maybe a Palpatine. So I didn't expect this. He looks beautiful, 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 beautiful piece. Like I said to you guys before, I have no complaints about this. This is, you know, a 10 head sculpt right now, at least. Obviously when we get more pictures, you know, it's going to change, but D'Lo, what do you think? Like what went through your head when you saw that this was the announcement?
Well, first thing that came to my head was I was semi-correct, right? I thought we were going to get a 2.0 Emperor Palpatine for Return of the Jedi because I thought we were going to get more Return of the Jedi stuff. I was a bit surprised that the May 4th anniversary comes and goes and we got a Clone Wars version instead. I mean, I said there would be something Clone Wars, but I thought there'd be more.
Oh
If
yeah,
I'm being
that's
honest,
what you said. Yeah, that's what you said. Clone Wars.
yeah, I thought I said we're definitely get something Clone Wars. Don't know what, but I think for Return of the Jedi, I think there will be like a reissue or some kind of. I said it would be Emperor Palpatine, so kind of semi right there. But this is very cool. I like this here, and for me, an owner of the Palpatine now, I'm actually really excited for this here because I feel like I'm really missing Palpatine in my prequel trilogy's display case. I feel like it's missing something because right now I have so many troopers, and I have an Anakin here, and a Qui-Gon here, and it's all good, but it feels like it's too much trooper, not enough characters, and I can't wait for the Mace Windu and all those other figures come out. So to have Sidious now, that's awesome. That's awesome there. My only thing with this here is that I love the head sculpt as well too. And I instantly said to myself, we're definitely going to still get an Emperor Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith, deformed or what have you like that there. And this will be an awesome, like Senator Palpatine. Like I wouldn't put the hood on or anything like that. I would actually see if I could take that hood robe off and just have him as a Palpatine character himself. But I'm not sure if you saw the actual live photos. They looks like they did some discoloration to his skin. Like I thought he was just going to be pale.
Wait, what do
but
you
it
mean?
looks like he has some
Secret Base.
photos from Secret Base.
No, they're not there.
Looked,
I was just in Secret
yeah.
Base. There's nothing there. Did I
it's
miss it?
there, bro.
Let me
Yeah,
check.
probably.
Right.
Probably. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a little bit more discolored. He looks more Sidious than Palpatine, so that kind of like messes up my idea what I wanted to do. But yeah, I mean, still a beautiful figure. I love the accessories it comes with. I don't know, what's this?
Is this the live picture you're talking about, or is there more?
There's more. I don't know.
Oh,
I've seen them all day long.
Like I said, I haven't seen them.
Some good close-ups.
See, there's just the same thing we looked at. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's okay. I should have brought those with me. I didn't know we were going to talk about it.
No,
but,
I don't know where. I haven't seen them anywhere else. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you're talking about because it would be here and it's not. So
I mean, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You know how people go there and.
Yeah. See,
yeah, but I'm saying how people go there with their cameras and they post it online, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's all over the place right now. But yeah, I mean, he's a little bit more discolored. He looks a little bit more paler than I was expecting him to be. Almost like I don't want to say zombified. That's a little bit too much. But I'd say like he definitely looks like more dead in the face as far as coloring is concerned, not sculpt is concerned. Yeah, just he's got that paling like I can't. It's hard to explain without showing the photos there. But yeah, I mean it's going to have to be a Palpatine. I mean, it's going to be a Sidious. It can't be a Palpatine, unfortunately. Like, if it came and it looked exactly like this coloring, I can totally pull that off. And that's exactly immediately what ran through my mind there. But like I said, the live photos, it doesn't look this way here. So it's a little bit of a bummer. But I'm still going to pick this up. I love it here because it now gives me a reason to pick up that Clone Wars Darth Maul that I've been avoiding for a very long time. So I think the next time I see a good deal on a Maul, I'll pick that one up there because for those who've seen the show and you've seen him come with the two lightsabers, you guys know that he has a pretty awesome fight scene with Darth Maul and his brother. So I hope they make him now too. That would be pretty cool. So we'll see. But overall, head sculpt wise, I mean, there's a lot of mixed match. People are saying that it doesn't look quite like Ian. I personally think it does.
Who said that? Who said that? So I could block them.
The world said it. But
I think one of the things that people are saying he's got more of like a longer head, more narrow. This one's a little bit wider and shorter. But I see the likeness for sure. I think that's the only thing that kind of
for sure
maybe is in my head when you compare them side by side. Obviously, when you just look at them, you're like, yeah, that looks really good. But then when you compare the picture side by side, you see some differences. But again, we're looking at a 6 scale figure, so I think it's really well done.
Now, question for both of you: knowing that this is out, what are the chances of getting an episode? A prequel Chancellor now, since obviously this is made. I think it's a very high possibility at this point now that they made it. What do you guys
Oh
think?
yeah, yeah, I think for
Yeah.
sure. And I thought we would have gotten Revenge of the Sith, Sidious before getting this one. However,
Right.
they did this one first, so I
Well,
think that
no,
one.
if you notice that, and it's funny you say that because think about it. Ahsoka was what? Clone Wars first. So I feel like they're doing Clone Wars first, and then they're doing the actual, real life, like, whether it's show or movie figure. So I've been paying attention to that. That's why I was asking you guys because they're doing Clone Wars first, and then they're doing, whether it's a show or a movie.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you have pretty much the head sculpt here now to do like
Right. Right.
the Senator version. So I think it'll come. Um, and I thought this figure was really good at first. I thought it was Revenge. Just looking with the hooded pictures, I thought it was Revenge of the Sith, and
Mhm.
then I saw the Clone
Right.
Wars at the bottom. I was like, oh, okay. Because he also
But he
had like
doesn't
more of
wear.
a.
I was gonna say he doesn't wear this in the movie though, right? No.
No, this is all the
I
show.
thought he had more of a burgundy color though in Revenge of the
He
Sith.
did. Hmm.
So that's just kind of at the first glance I thought it was that, but yeah, this looks really good. I told you, Fabs, I love the base style that they're going with these new figures, the round base where it's kind of
Yeah.
raised up a little bit. That's one thing I like about the in art Joker was the round base and then raised up. It just looks more classy than these rectangular ones or these octagon or hexagon shaped bases. Not that those are bad, but to me, these just look classier, more polished off. So that's really cool. Again, you're getting the USB lightsabers. I also thought we were going to get a Palpatine. I thought it was a good chance, but I thought it was going to be, like you said, Deal 2.0 Return of the Jedi. So this kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. And I was a little sad, I guess you could say, that we didn't get any like OG Star Wars stuff through May 4th, May
Yeah.
5th. It was kind of like, we're going to hit you over the head this night, and then we're not going to do anything else for the rest of like the celebration. So it was just kind of odd. But I think there's been other years too where they haven't given us anything over like Star Wars Day, correct?
Very true. Very true. And that's the
So-
thing where, because last year we were spoiled. We were very spoiled last year.
Right.
We had awesome ones here. I think R2, C3PO, the battle
couple
droid.
other some other stormtroopers too, I believe.
The
Right.
Geonosis,
Yeah.
the Geonosis droids, like those little things.
Mhm, yeah. But you're onto something, Graham, because I remember when we were on the eve of the 40th anniversary for Empire Strikes Back, and everybody who was on streams were making their predictions and really good ones, and I was really excited. What we essentially got though that first year, because, and again, I gave Hot Toys a break because we were in that we were still into Marvel as collectors, like Endgame, Infinity War still around, and then like Hot Toys was making a run with Star Wars, and it was starting to pick up more steam. We wound up getting a 40th anniversary with the cool Kenner box, Boba Fett and Vader that year. But they were essentially reissues of figures they already did for us. So it was kind of a letdown. But slowly but surely, yeah, Hot Toys has been making like really good strides to give us something special for these Star Wars anniversary dates. But last year they really knocked it out the park, and this year it's kind of back to that. I guess my only question is, if this is the game plan and this is all we should expect, which I don't believe that. At least I hope. I don't want to believe that we're not going to hear something maybe next week or something like that down the road. But it just seems very odd to me that why would you announce these later and announce the Return of the Jedi figures first? Because, I mean, Star Wars Celebration, this could have been a Star Wars Celebration announcement figure, in my opinion.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I think the reception, even if we weren't getting everything we wanted on our checklist, it would still have been awesome to say on May 4th, we're getting an Empire Strikes Back Vader that has the head sculpt and the battle damage and all that stuff. And then we're finally getting a proper C3PO. So, I mean, I think it was just a bad decision making on Hot Toys' part. I think they should have let off with this and then gave us those, because I think people as collectors would be more satisfied that they did something for the anniversary. But now it doesn't feel like that. It almost feels like, okay, womp womp.
Womp womp. So Graham, what do you think now? Again, of us getting more Star Wars soon, like within the next like couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they would give us another figure or two, by the end of the month. Just kind of keep that ball rolling a little bit. I think they've done that in years past too, but I don't know if when they did that, it was really light on the May 4th period too. Like, I think if they go heavy on May 4th, then obviously we might not get anything for a couple months. But maybe that we only got the 2 figures towards the end of the month, they'll give us another figure or two. So I think it's definitely possible. But I just hate trying to predict what Hot Toys is going to do because it is always just off the wall and different from what I would do.
See, I'm actually excited because I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done with this stuff.
There's just so much more to do, especially for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I
we
think
were going through those figures that they could do, and there's just a ton. Bosch, Leia, Jabba, Endor,
Right.
Han,
right.
Gamorrean guards, all that stuff. 2.0.
How about a new Chewbacca? A new Chewbacca would be amazing.
I love mine.
No
but
one
I
talks
love
about
him.
Chewbacca enough.
I love him from here. If I get closer, though, then it starts to get a little iffy. When you get up close to that Chewie. But from like
Same.
5 feet away, he
You
looks
love
great.
him. You love him from far.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, from
He's
4
good
feet, it
from-
looks like my
he's good
ex.
from-
So I'm
He's
like,
good
ugh.
from far. It's good from far, but far from good.
What's
we-
amazing, though, is that the Force Awakens one is so much worse than this one.
Well,
I
you
think
have
it
to
gets too much hate.
understand-
I have it, but it's
Some
it
of
could be
them look
better.
pretty
That's why I
bad.
want a new one.
You have to understand how old that thing is, and it looks like a mop at this point. But if you look at the one
kinda true.
Chewbacca, the one Chewbacca that I do want is a solo Chewbacca. So bad. Like I feel like they really
A shit sale,
ripped-
brother.
ripped us off with I know they ripped
Yeah.
us off with that, with not giving us that Chewie. Because what was the movie? Him and Chewie. You know what I mean? Like give us the movie. Give us the Chewie from the movie. But that would have been, and I was actually on eBay looking for a second Chewie, even if it was used and beat up, because I really need one behind, next to Solo. So I was looking into getting the goggles that he's wearing in the Solo movie, all that stuff. I was looking for everything. And then I was like, with my luck, I'll get it, and then they'll announce a new Chewbacca for Solo. And I was like, which it probably never happened, but I'm like,
No.
So I'm still looking. I didn't find a good one yet, but I'm still looking for that. So if you guys see one that's decent, not broken, let me know, because I'm looking for it. He needs Chewbacca, next to him on that shelf. I have what is it? The Patrol. I have one Patrol. I have Darth Maul. I have the 2 Solos, the deluxe and the regular, and then I have the Mud Trooper. You need Chewbacca in there, no matter what. No matter what, he belongs.
It's a
there.
crime.
So that's why I feel like, man, we should have gotten
That movie's so underrated. They have so many cool like figures that they still didn't make from that line there. So I'm with you. I mean, there's I can't think of it, but it used to be on my mind all the time. There's a trooper that's on the train with Chewbacca and Solo during that whole heist scene that they're on when they're trying to steal the power cells, whatever like that. It's like it looks like a snow trooper, but he has like a parka on, and he has like heavy like
I know
furry
exactly
UGG boots.
I know exactly
And it has, but the visor is like red tint instead. So instead of it being like a black visor, it's a red visor instead. It looked dope as hell. But yeah, movie didn't do well.
Two from Force Awakens is good. I don't
think so. I think he is.
Yellowish.
He's just not great.
No. They're decent figures. They're both decent. They both get the job done. But I feel like what I didn't like about the Force Awakens ones was the face. The face was like
That's it.
it
Looks
was
like a dog.
It was weird. It was not what Chewbacca looks like. So that I think was what made a lot of people
The color, I like the color a lot.
I like the yellowish.
blonder
Yeah,
color,
like yellowish. Yeah, I love that look on it. It gives it different tones. It makes it look more
There is a
realistic.
mod. There's a mod for that though too. I looked it up. I was thinking about doing it. I completely forgot about it. But there's a mod to actually adjust the jaw to make him look more proportionate. And I've seen photos of it. Really good. People have turned that into like a Solo version with the proper satchel and the goggles. Yeah, it just one little tweak there, and like it looks like a totally different figure. I would pick up that Chewbacca. If they're not going to make another Chewbacca for a while, I would still pick up the Force Awakens. I might pick up a second one now that you guys said that. See if
I don't think they want to make another one. I don't think it's an easy.
It doesn't feel
figure
like
to
it,
really
right?
Make.
Right.
No,
Yeah, because I mean, Hot Toys doesn't do like rooted anything anymore. So you imagine, all rooted like character right now in being Hot Toys. Hot Toys would be like, no,
No,
we're just gonna sculpt all of Chewie,
I don't
fully
think
sculpted Chewie.
I don't think it's about them not wanting to make it. I think they know how iconic it is, and I think that's one of the figures, which is crazy what I'm about to say because it's such an iconic figure that I feel like if they flood the market with this character, it's going to lose, popularity, but they're doing that with Luke constantly. So, you know what I mean? So that's why I can't
It's
say what I
watered
just
down.
said. Right. So,
Yeah.
but again, if they're doing that to Luke, and Luke obviously is just as iconic, if not more than Chewbacca, if they're
Sure.
doing that to Chewbacca, then that can't be the excuse for why we're not getting Chewbaccas. You know what I mean? Because they're making Luke's left and right. So I don't understand why that is that they're not making them. We should have had.
I will
we
say
should have-
this here. I have a theory to that there, and I think it's probably as simple as can be, and it's actually good we're bringing this up here too. I think the reason why they haven't made another Chewbacca is because they haven't made another Han. I think that's the simpler reason there.
Yeah, but think about it. So that's a great point.
I did.
What I was gonna say was this: if
Feel pretty good.
if they come out with another Han, there's no way that they're not making another Chewbacca, right? Just period. So I think, to a certain extent, that's what we're waiting for. I think we're waiting for either one to be announced because either one is coming. They're not going to make you a Han without a Chewbacca, and they're not going to make you Chewbacca without a Han. It's just not going to happen.
Bingo.
You know
They
what I
should
We've got
make
in two
Empire Strikes
packs
Back.
with Han and Chewie.
Bespin Han
They're not-
and then C-3PO on the back, Chewie.
That would be
Can you
awesome.
imagine
Oh,
how awesome that would
Can
be?
you imagine?
yes. I've been imagining it for many years, and thank you for reminding me we don't have that one yet.
Yeah, but you can't say that. You can't say that and never pre-order. Unreal. So
Maybe once I get the Hot
Not
Toys
pre-ordered.
C-3PO, I dismantle the sideshow one.
Probably like
it's not
5.
Make it.
pre-order.
5 in there.
It's like
Not
not
pre-ordered.
pre-ordered.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
It's like not pre-ordered. Oh man.
An up
Intro Cal, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. It would be more expensive now. Absolutely. That's going to be the figure alone. A Chewbacca alone right now would be 300 plus alone, like nothing with it.
Oh yeah, easily. Well over 300.
I think they're just wanting to release better rooted sculpted Chewie. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're waiting. Either they may be working on a couple now for as far as we know, we don't know what's going on. So they could be working on something as we speak. But I feel like there's no way that they're not going to make another Chewbacca and another Han. Like it's impossible. You know what I mean? We're
Who's
waiting.
got thoughts on Han though? Why are we even gotten one yet? What's up with that? Like everybody was like guessing this year we're gonna get a Return of the Jedi Han, and we didn't get one again. Another year with no Han. What do you guys think is the holdup for this?
Well, I mean, I never talk about this because I don't know, how that would affect all this stuff. But if maybe the actors, having issues with the likeness stuff, again, I don't ever speak on that because I don't see why that would even matter. And I understand it's all legal stuff, so I get it. But I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it has to do with the light. But look how they got around that with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. They just used a previous done head sculpt, so they could do that for Han Solo as well. For a new one at least. So I don't understand.
Stormtrooper one.
Right, exactly. So I don't understand what the issue is. I don't understand what the problem is with that stuff. That's why I never talk on it. But that's going to be my guess. What about you, Graeme? What do you think?
Well, the sculpt for the Stormtrooper Han, I think, is magnificent. I even think that the original is really good as well, but I like the smirking one a little bit better. So just imagine if you just have the updated paint applications too, and just how good that would look. I would agree with you, Fabs. The only reason I could see, because he's a popular character, is maybe the actor Harrison Ford isn't interested, doesn't care, doesn't really want to give his likeness. It could be something. I've heard, something about Jack Nicholson in the past too, where he was difficult to work with. Not that he was like being an ass or anything, but he's being difficult because he just didn't care. He didn't really want to do it. So he just, wasn't like a priority to him at his age. And Harrison Ford is obviously not a young pup anymore. So maybe he's just kind of past caring, but I don't know because he's still acting. So I don't know. It's
That's
tough
why,
to
yeah,
say.
that's why I don't really like get into that stuff because again, I don't know anything about it.
Because
And
Jack is retired and he's got to be what 85. So I could see him just not really wanting to do it anymore.
cool, that
It's
could
just
be
odd though, because like I mean, for years I've agreed with that thinking there, but just recently, again, I don't collect anything but hot toys, so I didn't know until not too long ago. But you know, people started posting in groups. I can't think of which one. I don't know if it was our group or somewhere else I saw it, but someone was posting a figure of Han Solo from the Black series that had Harrison Ford's likeness. So I mean, he has to approve it. So if he's approved that one there,
Right.
you know, what would be the change for 1/6? And that's where I question whether it's even a Harrison Ford thing altogether as far as his turn it down. I feel like at this point it's Howard. I feel like Howard doesn't want to produce it, or maybe Howard is saving it for a rainy day, almost like the company's going under, break in case of emergency kind of thing, and it's like, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? Because if Hot Toys gives us everything we want when we want it, then Hot Toys would not be. We would not be talking Hot Toys about the present because they'd be out of business because there's nothing for us to buy from these guys. I mean, think about everybody's collective journeys here. I mean, we've all got into the hobby, with the mindset we're going to grab this and this and this. We wait for our pre-order for a year, maybe 2 nowadays, sometimes 2.5, and then in that time, can anybody honestly say we haven't picked up anything else while we were waiting for that to drop? So, it's almost like you're feeding an addict with us there, where you're giving us these figures. You're making us wait. We wait some more. We get the figure we originally wanted. There's more stuff. And now we've been doing this for Fabs like 30 years now. Myself 7. Graeme, I forget how many years you've been doing this here. He's on 3. I mean, if we can be honest for a split second here, and I'm saying to Graeme, because Fab is a lost cause. I mean, they got him years ago. They got him years ago. Like you can't get a non-biased answer from Fab. So I'm gonna ask Graeme because I trust Graeme's opinions. Like
false.
I do. I really do. I like this guy. Something about his face
I appreciate
says
it.
you can trust that face. You can trust
Something
that
about his face says
Wrong.
it's probably the voice. It's probably the silky smooth voice he has. That's probably what it really is.
It's a calming
He's a
voice.
smooth talker.
Yeah.
Very common, very common. But like, hey, like all jokes aside here, when you first dabbled into Hot Toys, when you first got into this here, I mean, what was the first figure you wanted from them?
The BVS Batman.
The VS Batman. Okay. And
BVS, yeah.
BVS. Okay.
Yep.
And once you got it, did you think to yourself that you were going to be here 3 years later on a live stream with Fabs and myself and your own channel, posting videos every single week?
He doesn't think he
Right.
wants to do that right now as we speak. So what do you mean? He definitely didn't think about that 3 years ago. Unbelievable.
He thought it was be collecting statues by now.
No, it was honestly like, so that was when I just started my channel, and I started with obviously Funko and NECA, and I knew I wanted to dabble in Hot Toys, and it pretty much took COVID for that to happen because my kids weren't going to daycare, school. I wasn't using gas as much, stuff like that. So like, I'm like, I just at least want to get one just to say, that I can have one, and I want to see what all the fuss is about, type of thing. So I finally just pulled the trigger, and then it was like, I wasn't thinking at the time. It was almost like you were blacking out, and you just start buying more and more and more, and you don't have a plan at first. Like I did not have a plan. So, yeah, it just kind of evolved into, what we're at now.
Now,
Yeah.
one thing I was going to say that, and going back to the whole Chewbacca thing, and this is why, I don't understand why, the whole likeness thing is even an issue. I'm going to assume that when you sign a contract as an actor, everything applies to that contract. So, you're including, when you sign that dot under that dotted line, you're including toys, you're including merchandise, you're including everything that has to do with that character that you're about to play. So I don't think they're going to say, oh, excuse me, sir, this is your character and you signed up for this role. So do we have your permission? Absolutely not, because the company who gave you that job is attached to whoever's merchandising, whoever. So they're getting everything from you once you get that contract. They're not going to ask you for anything after the fact, because then it's going to be like, well, you're asking me for something different that's not part of the contract. You got to pay me more for this. So that's not going to happen. So that's why I never understood, and I never understand how, when people mention, and again, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that, but that's why I can't understand it, because my thing is, once you sign that contract, everything's included. There's no like I said, there's nothing that you're not going to be asked to do. They're going to ask you to do everything, which is why you're getting paid 10, 15, $20 million, $10 million, $5 million, because it's part of everything. So for us to say, well, it's just because he doesn't, they had an issue with the likeness, so he doesn't want it. I don't think that's an issue. I don't think that. The only thing is that obviously if you're trying to make a figure from 1970 and you're trying to get the actors like this now, how are you going to do that? It's not going to work. So maybe that's the issue. But if Hot Toys already has a likeness of a character and they have Harrison Ford a couple times, they have the disguise stormtrooper version, they have the regular, the regular 2-pack version. So they already have two different likenesses. And like I said earlier, they gave you Andrew Garfield's likeness from the original Amazing Spider-Man release that they had. I don't know if you guys remember, but he had a little blood, a couple blood scratches. What they did now was they removed that to give you a brand new, clean head sculpt. But again, it's the same thing, which is why when D'Lo and we had that stream talking about it, I was all confused. I was like, what do you mean that they're not making Andrew Garfield, blah, blah. It didn't make any sense, because I was like, there's no reason to have a likeness issue because they've done it already. But now understanding that, that specific situation, now I get that. So I don't think that it has to do with anything but, like D'Lo said, Hot Toys specifically. It's just Hot Toys, trying to, whether it's they're working on it or they're just not trying to over flood the market, because again, they know how big of a deal Harrison Ford is, Han Solo is. So I think that's what's happening. But are they coming? I think 100% they're coming. I don't think they're done making Chewbacca's. I don't think they're done making Han Solos by any means. But like somebody mentioned in the chat, I forgot who it was, I think they're trying to perfect it. I think they're trying to make it better. They know that obviously they're not going to give us either Chewbacca, from how many years ago right now. You know what I mean? So they know that they got to step up their game. They got to, the body's got to be better. The articulating bodies, that they're going to use under all that hair got to be, on point. So I think they're working on it. I don't think they're not coming. I don't think they're not coming at all. We just have to wait. Next topic, guys.
We'll find out, man.
Yeah,
we'll find
out.
Well, and the thing is, they have all year to get some of these Return of the Jedi ones out. So they could have this mapped out. They could have their whole year mapped out already. And even if it's not Return of the Jedi, other Star Wars stuff, and maybe while they work on it, they have like a loose plan of when this is going to get announced, and it's like their deadline. I mean, I'm sure they're not just like saying, well, this is ready, let's announce it. I'm sure they're like, let's get this done by this time. I mean, as a business, you'd hope they have a plan. So hopefully they're forecasting that out.
I think the biggest tell is going to be that Indiana Jones movie that's going to be releasing this year. If we get a figure of Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones, then we know it's not a likeness issue. We know it's not. It's a Hot Toys thing.
He's going to be aged. Because he's going to be aged as hell if we get that figure. You know what I mean?
Regardless of if they're going to get his approval to make a figure of him for Indiana Jones. So what would stop them from not wanting to have his approval for Han Solo? Unless he either A, he's holding on to it, or B, Hot Toys is holding off on making it. But if we get a figure for Indiana Jones for this, I don't know if it's the summer. I think it's the summer this movie comes out, right? I think it's either summer or whatever, but it's coming out this year, the Indiana Jones movie. Like if we get a figure for that, that's gonna be a game changer as far as what's the hold of Han Solo, because we all have our theories and all stuff like that. But if we have a figure from another franchise, we're all gonna be like, WTF, Howard? What are we doing here? Why aren't we getting it? So we'll see.
Brick says, and I didn't know this, says, did you guys know Jack didn't want to play Joker, so they used Robin Williams as bait, offering him the role? He wasn't all in when playing Joker. Ooh, that's weird because that made him such an iconic actor, that role. So can you imagine? What a slap in the face. He's like, I didn't even like being the
Yeah,
Joker.
yeah.
Leave me alone. Can you imagine?
Robin was supposed to be the
Unbelievable.
Riddler too. They did that to him too. For
We
Riddler.
got 808 in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. Haven't seen you in a while. You made it. Where have you been all my life? Unreal.
Mhm.
Let's see. We got Brick. Piss around so much. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got you are hold and bond at any contract you break, you pay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But again, I don't know if it's got to be included. Like I said, if you're about to get on board of a role, and you know there's going to be merchandise, you know there's going to be toys, you know there's going to be everything, especially something like Star Wars. You know everything Star Wars is a huge hit, so they include all that stuff in the contracts. And now I forget which one of you two mentioned the Black Series. I think it was D'Lo, the Black Series likeness. If they're doing it, what's the problem? You know what I mean?
Right.
And they look pretty decent. Obviously, they're not to the scale of a hot toy, but they're still using the likeness of the actors. So what's the problem with hot toys? So I don't think it has to do with likeness. I think it has to do with hot toys just taking their time to make it. So don't think that it's never coming, because it's 100% coming. We got. Oh wait, what did you say? Meant to say you're bound to. Yeah. Especially. Exactly.
Well,
Yep.
most of these contracts nowadays too, they're gonna have it where like we own your voice, we own your likeness, so that we can CGI you like later on or use your voice. So you would think like merchandise and toys would be like an easy add-on, like,
Right.
but Harrison Ford was a long time ago. He did a Force Awakens. I
Right.
don't know, I don't know how some of those contracts work, but
And Central
nowadays you would think it'd be easy to get the likeness.
and Central Cow saying the older movies didn't get the likeness rights, which I
Right.
would understand that, I guess, to a certain extent. And maybe not as often, you know what I mean? Not as much. So that makes sense. Absolutely. Batman was too expensive for hot toys. Same thing for the Matrix. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, the contracts were a lot simpler back then because they
Right.
didn't know all this stuff was coming. Like even I remember hearing like Seinfeld, um, they didn't get any money for like any of the streaming because it wasn't in the contract, so they don't make any money. But nowadays, these contracts are different where the actors get that included. Like I get a certain percentage of like the streaming stuff. So it's just weird how contracts have become so much different now as opposed to 40 years ago.
Yep.
Bobby says, wonder if they still have the new Indiana Jones license. I mean, they would have to get it. They would have to get it for the new movie. It's a completely different. It's not your original license. You're gonna get something specific, I'm gonna assume. So are they gonna get it? It depends. I'm gonna say it depends on how well the movie does. Because remember, for Venom, we didn't get a Venom till way after the movie was out. So it's a possibility that if they notice that this is gonna be worth for us to make, I think they'll pay for the license and figure it out from there. But D'Lo, let's get into Commander Wolf, since you didn't get to speak on it. What do you think of the fact that we're getting now all different color clones? Obviously, Clone Wars, it's going to be a never-ending clone
Cash grab for them.
clone factory.
Mhm.
So what do you think? What do you think of another clone with a Phase 1 helmet?
I do like that Hot Toys is kind of digging deep into the lore as far as the figures they're choosing here, especially the fact that they decided to go with a Phase 1 look. I love the figure. I love the paint job. I think it's a really nice figure, but I mean, we all know it's a repaint of everything we've had so far, and that's we kind of can see the idea behind what Hot Toys is doing. They're going to make every clone possible because it is easy money for them, but happy for the collector. For me, I don't want to go hard into Troopers. Honestly, this is as much as I was excited for the 501st and every figure Trooper wise that was coming out. I'm starting to feel fatigued. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, cool. And then I kind of went around, did whatever I had to do. And I went on with my life. But the figure looks good, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, I want characters. Guys. I'm kind of over troopers and stuff like that. And maybe I'll regret it when they're worth way more money. And, I could have got one and I didn't. But right now, as a collector, I have clone trooper fatigue. I don't want to see any more clone troopers for a little while. I want to see Hot Toys focus on characters in these IPs. I want to see them dig deep and get me some more Jedis that I can use and things of that nature, and villains and whatever. Like, I want to see an Assad Ventress. I'd rather see an Assad Ventress than another clone trooper right now. I'd rather see, I don't know, a Padme from Clone Wars rather than see this here. I want them to challenge themselves, and I want them to earn my money. This here, after the 19th trooper or however we're up to now, it's hard for me to get hyped. It really is. I mean, I'm just kind of venting here. Like, I love troopers, but if you just kind of feed me the same meal every day, even my favorite meal is going to be disgusting after a while. You can have a ribeye every night or whatever your flavor steak is there, but it's not good every day. And I'm kind of tired of having the same meal. So it's beautiful.
Well,
this is your focus, go for it.
You told me your favorite meal was hot dogs. So we have
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. I didn't even hear it. He was so quick. He wanted to hit that button so fast I couldn't even hear the punchline.
So obviously whoever's a fan of Clone Wars is gonna have no problem buying this thing, right? But
easy buy for you guys.
But for those who were on the fence about this guy, this is how they got them with this picture right here. If you weren't thinking about getting him, seeing this right here, knowing that he's the leader of these two, like whoever bought 2 Coruscant guards is gonna have this guy in there. So I think that's why I'm gonna say some people are excited about just to display him like this with the
but they effed up though. It doesn't match though. He's a phase 1 clone commander, right? And when he went to phase 2, he completely redesigned his entire look. Like, he has the matching red colors to go with the troopers that they have behind the Coruscant guards.
Correct. But this is correct. What did you just say? This is phase 1. So what do you think is coming next? You think they're done here?
I mean, guys, you see, Fabs is right. Fabs is 100% right. But you see what I'm saying here, guys? Like, I'm tired of steak. Okay. Like, it's just, you're killing me
hot
now.
dogs.
You're killing me
dogs.
Right, whatever.
So glizzies. Oh, man. But yeah, so this is what's happening. So exactly what we're talking about. Dilo's speaking as we speak. He's talking about them making constant clones, constant troopers. This is one, and then we're gonna get the 2.0 after. Again, I didn't even know that because I haven't watched the show. So the fact that he's saying that now makes so much sense, and it just says, you guys mentioned this is phase 1. So if there was a phase 2 on the show, you better believe it's next. I don't mean next in line, I mean next eventually, but it's coming. They're milking the hell out of these troopers. They're gonna make clones forever and ever if they can. It's easy money. I think what's gonna happen eventually though is they're gonna notice that people are gonna start getting turned off, and they're just not gonna make as many clones because it's just gonna be sitting there. So that may happen eventually, but don't sleep on these things if you really want them, because we don't know what's happening right now. We don't know what's happening with these low stock, with these, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know if they're real. We don't know. I actually just I made a wait list. I forget which figure it was. Oh my god, what was the figure? It was a figure I forgot to order, and I said, oh man, let me get the let me do the wait list. It literally just went on wait list. I forgot what the figure was, and I hit the wait list. Literally the next day I got the email. Congratulations. I was like, oh, so this is a joke. So that's why it's it's tricky, because again, we don't know what's actually happening. So another thing I noticed, every figure that's coming out that has been delayed, that is in stock now, you're not able to use any coupons on anything anymore at all. You know what I mean? There's no it gives you that blue message, no, not eligible for what is it, for coupon code or whatever it is, for discount or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're trying to fight getting figures too cheap, because again they're trying to hold as much money as possible, so they're not losing as much money as possible, or try to at least. So it's getting crazy, guys. It's getting really, really crazy, and I don't know where it's headed. But you don't even know anymore if these low stock, low almost gone messages are true or not. But again, these clones, are not anything special. There's nothing deluxe about it. But if you got the Carson Guards, you need him, for your look. If you need him, so the only reason I'm getting him is because obviously, I need him for the Clone Wars line. But again, I know nothing
For
about
reasons.
him. Yeah, no, those are my reasons. I need him for the line. I can't. There's nothing that hurts me more than having a whole line of figures and missing one. That to me drives me insane. Like, I don't know why.
Completionist.
Yeah, like I don't know why, but it's like, oh, like no, and it's not like I have, like, as you guys know already, like I don't have all the R2s that came out from Hot Toys, like not, this is my first one I just got from episode 2. So it's not that I had to get everything, but like if it's like characters, like people, like you know what I mean? Like I have to get them. And the moment that I know that I'm missing one, it's like, wait a minute, like I don't feel comfortable until I get it. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing. No, it's insane. So
You're
Graeme,
the
what
pure
about
definition of FOMO.
no, not even
That
that.
you are
Not-
like, if FOMO was a person, it's you basically.
oh, man.
That thing looks shit. I'm never gonna get it. No way.
I don't know
Plays
anything
the
about him,
watermelon
but I need him.
And then 6 months
I
later,
need him.
oh my god, I can't believe I didn't get him. What was I thinking?
I don't know who he is. I don't know what he does, but I need
Guys,
him.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what figure it was. I can't remember. But anyway, Graeme, what do you think? What do you think of this? I know we spoke on this already. What do you think of this? Are you getting this? Are you excited for this? Are you not excited for this? What do you think
Not
of
excited for it. Not getting it. I agree with both of you. I agree with you, Fabs, that there's always going to be a market for stormtroopers, and people are always going to collect them, and people are always going to get excited for them. And I agree with you, D'Lo, that it gets fatigued. I don't know if I got fatigued because I was never really into it, but at the same, like stormtroopers in general. But I do understand, like seeing it over and over. You're like hoping for something else, and it's a stormtrooper. Now we got to wait till the next announcement, type of thing. So I understand the fatigue as well, and to me it's tough to even, and it's just it's me, it's not you guys, type of thing, or it's me, it's not the stormtrooper. It's because I am not knowledgeable enough where, and I don't really, I guess, care to be. Like I love the Return of the Jedi, I love the Scout Troopers, even I know the difference between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi Troopers and all that stuff, but when it comes to like the Clone Wars, I just wasn't really big into it. And even like the prequels, I didn't really pay attention. I know the 501st and all that stuff, but it just was never a big deal to me. So it's hard for me to even like pick things that are so awesome about these, because they all look the same to me. And I can say like, you can see all these scratches and paint chips and all that, and it's really, detailed and stuff, but they all have that. They all look great. So again, it's just tough for me to find things that look unique or different, because a lot of the times they look the same to me. So I thought maybe with this we would get the phase 2 as well, but yeah, like you said, Fabs, they're probably just going to make a whole new figure for phase 2, and then
no, absolutely. It's
kinda
the
go from
think,
there,
think
'cause-
about it. Think about it. How many phase 2 helmets have they made so far? Tons. So all they
Tons.
gotta do is just repaint it. That's it.
But I know the 501st they gave them to you with the
Right.
figure, so you'd maybe think, since you're not getting a head sculpt, maybe they'll give you the phase 2, but
Right.
they're gonna milk it. So that's just what's gonna happen. So if you're into this, it's great. If you're kind of like D'Lo and I, it's kind of like, that is what it is, and we wait for the next announcement and hope that it's something that interests us personally. But not to say this is a bad figure or anything like that. It's just I'm not that into troopers. So
And for those who
Are you
watch
guys
the
surprised by
show,
the price, by the way? I meant to actually.
I was. It was cheap. Cheaper than I thought it would
one
be.
I've seen in a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Question for you guys who watch the show. How much different is this outfit to the phase 2? Like a lot different, or does it still have the symbol in the chest and stuff?
For this character, Commander Fox, completely different. So picture the Coruscant Guard behind you, right? He's wearing that helmet,
Right.
and the entire armor is flipped around as far as the color scheme is concerned. So whatever is red is white. Whatever is white is red, painted instead.
Oh wow, that's sick. So it actually looks
Mhm.
it looks better than this probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely a much better look to him there.
Oh, I
so
gotta see that. I gotta see that.
yeah, I
So,
mean,
yeah,
but and again, he's such a small character too. I mean, I had to like research this figure, like because I'm not familiar with this version of Commander Fox. I remember watching a review of someone doing the sideshow one, and he looked totally different. He had a different color scheme and all that stuff. So I was like, huh? So, but I mean, this is from early episodes. I mean, I had to look up a video, and I think the clip was maybe 2 minutes of time over a course of X amount of seasons. Is like, this is really a nobody. He's really a nobody, but yeah, he's being like touted for May 4th as like, oh guys, we're giving you Commander Fox. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I
good
didn't even
for
know who he
you,
was.
Commander Fox. Same. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I watched Clone Wars recently and I binged through it there. I must have just been in a zone where I didn't even recognize this guy at all because I was like, I don't remember seeing him. I just finished watching it. I had to look it up, and I was just like, okay, well, more money for you, Hot Toys. I'm good.
Also, shout out to Bobby. So he posted there was some type of coupon code. There was something like your 50 coupon code. He posted in the group, and so you're supposed to get like I don't know $50 off or whatever it was. I don't know how the coupon code worked, but anyway. I think once he posted it, people started buying little Groots, the quarter scale Groots, and so I got one. I think Flavio got one. Who else got one? Dilo got one. Grant, did you get one? Oh, he didn't get one. No, he doesn't collect, so he didn't get one.
Yeah, he doesn't collect for free. Apparently, unreal.
Yeah, exactly. He likes
That's
to pay.
beneath me.
Hot toy. Can't even give him a hot toy.
You know it's funny. You know it's funny you say that.
He's going to statues. Confirmed.
No. Listen to this. So because I have mine already, I bought this, when it came out originally. So I was like, when I saw that Bobby had posted that he got it for free, I was like, I was like, I don't need it. And I wasn't going to use the damn code. And I said, I waited literally like a couple hours and I said, wait a minute. I said, it's a free quarter scale Groot. I said, why the hell not? And that's the only reason why I ordered it. But at first I was like, I don't need anything. So that's why I did it. So Bobby, thank you. A lot of people got the Groot. And then I tried to get a second one later on. It was like, because I remember you said it expired at 11:59, I believe, that day. So I tried it. It was already like 11:57. And by that time they had already fixed the coupon code. So I wasn't able to get a second one. But yeah, a bunch of people got the free quarter scale group because of that code. So thank you for that. And he's saying 10% coupon is working on in stock, Jesse. There you go. So you could get, and that may be another thing that they're doing. You know what I mean? They're giving you maybe very, very little discounts if they notice that there's a lot left and they're not selling.
They're trying to do like the $5 shipping. It's like, why not just do free shipping? Because I look too, and the $5 shipping is FedEx. I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather have UPS, even though they're always late. But
no, FedEx
anyways.
is the worst.
UPS is still $5 shipping. I think it just might be your area and how they partner with.
Could be because I went to the figure and I went to shipping and it said FedEx and I went to click on UPS and it was still like $26. I was like, that sucks.
They shop for rates.
Yeah.
Get this. And then guys, so we got some fire news from Kit. I don't know how many of you are going to be excited about this as much as I am, but this is insane. And I'm about to show you guys what I'm talking about because you're going to be like, what is going on?
Is killing me.
No, wait, because I have to
wait for it.
No, I have to set it up properly because it's not a web page, it's a picture. So that's why I have to make sure that it works. So guys, we have Cara Dune announcement tease picture. I guess they're going to be making. I believe this was Kit Chen posted this on his website and his Facebook group. So what does this mean? so far we have gotten 2 third-party companies getting into Star Wars. We've got a kit for Imperial Guards, and we have a kit for the what's his name?
Palpatine.
The Emperor, yes, Palpatine, correct. So this is going to be our third party figure, Star Wars figure. Now, what are the chances of them actually making this and not getting destroyed by Disney or Star Wars or whoever is in charge of, Star Wars? I hope that they make the figure. I hope that it comes out really good. I think a lot of people are going to buy this because this is the only character that it looks like it's never coming from Hot Toys. For obvious reasons, what happened with her and the show and what was going on, the reason she got removed and all that stuff. So at this point, I don't think she's ever going to come. It is what it is. The fact that somebody's deciding to make her, huge deal. They're gonna, again, if the figure looks decent in the promo pictures, they're gonna do very well. That's all you got to show. It's that the figure looks decent and that you're able to show a product that we believe, because we don't know. Just from your pictures, we believe that it's going to be decent in hand. That's what makes me buy certain things. You know what I mean? When I see an image and I'm like, oh, that looks, it'll be okay. And then I find out, obviously when I get it, if it's, good or bad. But so I think that's what's going to happen. What do you think, D'Lo, about this announcement or this tease?
Yeah, this is very interesting, right? I was just talking about how much I'm exhausted from Troopers and I want characters, and this one's a very interesting to me just because how controversial the actress is that we're talking about over here. I mean, opinions aside, stuff like that. I would love to have a character of hers in my collection here. That just seems like it almost is like that forbidden fruit almost in a will, just like Hot Toys won't make it. Disney doesn't want you to remember her, and here is somebody's trying to make it here, and I can't help but be very intrigued by this here because, yeah, Fabs, you hit exactly what I was thinking in my head when you popped this up here. It's just like, is Disney gonna squash this little bug here and dash our dreams of one day having Gina Carano in our collections for our own personal reasons? But I mean, I'm very intrigued. This is something that I didn't think I was going to see from anyone. But if this is our only opportunity to get a Cara Dune, I'm 100% on board with this here. I mean, it can, if it's decent enough, I can make it better. I can get somebody to repaint it if the paint apps aren't that great. The head sculpt, the 3D sculpting looks very much like Cara Dune. So that part is done. Yeah, that means it's only going to come down to how good the paint apps are going to be, who's going to be doing it, and how, and if it's going to be mass produced, what are the numbers, and all those fickle things that doesn't mean anything to us collectors. We just want to know what the final product looks like. But yeah, if this becomes a reality here, I 100% would love to.
This guy is unbelievable.
Oh man, he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss.
Oh, he's great.
But yeah, I 100%. If someone decides to make this full tilt, that I would 100% get this here, and I would tweak it if I need to. But if this is my only chance to get a Cara Dune in my collection, I would 100% would buy this.
Graeme, what about you? What do you think of this?
It seems ballsy to me.
That's what exactly.
Yeah,
it's like
it does.
The one character that's like blackballed is the one you want to make.
It's like they haven't really gotten Star Wars, and we come out with a couple kits. Now they're looking at a figure, and the figure they're gonna do is this one, the one that Disney would probably like squash to make sure like she's not seen anywhere or anything like that. So these third-party companies try to like get under the radar and whatnot, and then we're like, we're gonna make this Cara Dune, and we'll see if Disney comes after us. It's like, can we start with some other figures maybe, and
they under that radar? I mean, they did one figure that they would not make. So I mean, give them credit for that. There,
give them credit for that.
That's
but it's
ballsy.
like don't ruin it for everybody here type of thing. So but it is interesting. Obviously she's a good character. There's other characters that are higher on my list to get. I would have to see the product because I'm not like you, D'Lo, where I'm not going to go and do the repaints or the rooted hair. Like I pretty much
I
buy.
know.
I might do a couple things myself. So if I'm gonna
Or
get her,
Dilo doesn't
she's
buy
got to
third
pass
parties
the
anyway.
test.
So
What's that?
Dilo doesn't buy third parties anyway, so you're good.
We're starting.
Who's
We're
we?
getting
starting
there,
to.
pal.
We sounds like a lot of people. You mean me? Oh, go
Him
ahead.
and me. Him and me are starting.
No, me and you. Go.
Oh yeah, I got 3 on pre-order.
I think we're starting. Oh,
I don't
man.
pre-order hot toys, but I pre-order third party.
Exactly.
No, so
Smart,
so it's
smart.
interesting. But it's ballsy to say the least to
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
after this character.
It's crazy. We have a cancel culture
That's
characters on.
where the money is. That's where the collecting money's at.
You can have your
Yeah.
own like cancel culture shelf.
Oh man,
Exactly.
what do you guys think? And this is gonna be the funniest thing. What do you guys think is gonna be her third party name?
Her new
Sheriff.
Oh man, the unwanted,
MMA sheriff.
Right.
the sheriff. Yeah, no, she's gonna. I hope for her sake, for her figure's sake, for her legacy's sake. Because again, I don't think we're ever getting this from Hot Toys. I don't think we're getting this
Never.
from any licensed company. And it's a shame. I just remember what she wore on the show. Remember all that stuff. Like she's a badass looking character, So that's what I'm worried about. I just hope a female body, how crappy can the body, a female body be? You know what I mean? I'm going to assume that, male bodies are probably more crappy than female bodies. I would hope that they would, put a little more respect on making a female body. So make them a little bit better quality. So what it's going to come down to is going to be the quality of accessories, whatever clothing they use. And, the body and the head sculpt. The head sculpt is just because we see this and it looks amazing right now doesn't mean that this is what it's going to look like or whatever, like Dilo said, whatever paint application they use or whatever they decide to do with it is what's going to dictate how it's going to turn out and how many people are going to buy. And this is going to be, again, if they do a proper job with this figure, a lot of people are going to buy this figure, even just as a filler. It cannot be, it doesn't have to be a perfect figure, but decent enough for people to want to display it next to their Mandalorian line. So I'm excited for this. This is something fresh, something new. Go ahead.
This would be something I could see where people pre-order it and then they get that email like 6 months down the road saying,
Yes.
we have had to cancel it
Yep.
and we are refunding you. But you bring up a good point too. We always think the head sculpt is really important, which it is. But she has a unique body. She's
jacked up. Yep.
Yeah, she's jacked up. She's a little bit thicker. She's not going to be like a Black Widow type body. So, they definitely have to make sure that they have that unique body and they get it right too. So that's just as important as the likeness in the head sculpt.
I could guarantee you they're going to be using.
Mama don't miss no meals.
I want to see if I can find. Of course, I don't have any here. They're probably going to use. They're probably going to use the. I don't know if you guys know those.
Pop Graham's night. Let's go.
Wait, let me see if I can find you a piece of what I'm talking about.
He's just jabbing on over there.
See, like this.
There he is.
Yeah.
See, like this. See this thing here. I feel like to make her look as bulky as she should be, at least in the leg, because the arms are bulky too. But at least in the legs, you know how you guys like when you buy like a body to do, this is like the thigh muscle. You know what I mean?
Sure,
yeah. So this is probably what they're gonna have to give her to make her thighs nice and thick like they are. So I think to make the body proper,
Nice and thick like they are.
yeah. No, yeah. She's super thick.
You want to finish the stream by yourself, dude? Fast having a moment there, nice and thick, like I like them.
She's nice and thick, like I like them. She's nice and thick. No, I remember watching her, in MMA and stuff. In the UFC. She was tough, man. She was tough, and her biceps, her arms. She was muscular. She was really.
I never watched the fight. I just like to watch the weigh-ins.
Oh no,
I watched the weigh-ins and I skipped the fight.
Oh no, I watch her fight. I watch her fight. I watch Ronda Rousey fight. Those fights were incredible. But she was more of a brawler. Ronda Rousey was more of the judo fighter. You know, she was more of that grab you and smack and slam you on the floor. Fezzi, you
Till
should break
she
down the video I
got
sent you
smacked
the other
up.
day and use part. Oh, I am. I didn't forget about it. I definitely am. I gotta clip it. Marshall anti-salad. Unbelievable.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Thor. Bravo to you, sir.
Bravo to you.
That was
All right, guys.
Batting
that was
1,000.
good.
All right, guys. So here we are. Your favorite segment of the week.
Oh, already? Hold on.
Already. So, all right, guys. So, as usual, I'm going to start since nobody's ever prepared. Unreal. So, tonight, I just wanted to give you guys something different. This is a very old figure. This is one of my favorite all-time figures. Very, very difficult to find in decent shape. Is very, very difficult to find for cheap. But I love it, and it's still in perfect shape, thank God. This is the Michael Jane Punisher by Art Figures. This figure, as you can see, has got the long trench coat. He's got all the weapons. Wait, this way. So the figure is beautiful. He's got the guns in the. He's got the clips here. He's got the pistol here. Look at that. Look at the head sculpt. Really, really nice. Let me see if I can focus real quick for you guys. Come on. Let me see. Hold on. I'll get it. There we go. Look at that.
Got it.
How beautiful is that? Looks really, really good. Again, super old. Art Figures made this. Nothing's flaking, thank God. It's still brand new, the jacket, as you can see. And that's, as you guys know, that's what happens to my figures. They never flake, thank God. So look at that, guys. It's beautiful.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, thank God is right. You know how much? Think about it. Think about how many figures I have with that pleather. You know how much money I would have wasted throwing away those stuff, all that stuff. Are you crazy? That's why I say thank God. You know how many people go through that? So that's my figure of the week, guys. That's my fear. My fear. Can you imagine if that happened to me? Forget it. Let me fix myself real quickly. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. So let's go with Graeme. Let's do Graeme.
Usually I follow D'Lo here, so I
All
can't
right,
copy him tonight. My figure, since we were talking about him so much, is going to be Chewie himself.
Beautiful hairdo.
And there you can
Someone
see. I think
brushes
he looks pretty decent. No peeling on the satchel. But you can see he is a darker color. He's got some blonde highlights, but this is a pretty old figure as well. I do have him and Han Solo, but they're not the 2-pack. They are the separate versions, but I like him a lot. The hair you can easily futz with and get it to kind of lay where you want it to. So I try to ruffle it up a little bit, but he does shed a little bit too. But I mean, the proportions are good. He's a tall figure. Oh, there he goes. Holy cow. Almost lost him on TV here.
Wait, was that a magnetic base?
No, I have the.
he's like, no, I got the.
I'm still trying to recoup here, so forgive
He was
me.
trying to
But
answer
no,
that question. He's so tense right now.
almost lost him. So yeah, so here he is. This is
Mutual
Chewie
fans.
from A New Hope,
Oh,
and he's a really good figure. I mean, I don't think he's bad, especially when you're like at a distance here. You can see it, but yeah, there he is.
Beautiful piece.
He's top heavy.
It's a very nice piece.
Beautiful. You have him with the headset on? You do, right?
No,
Oh, you don't.
No.
See, I have
No.
mine. I have my Han and Chewie with the headset on and the bandoliers on. I just think it's it looks nice. All right, D.
well, I know you like
to
to use
that
all all the accessories.
I try to, at least, because I have statues. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, like
we
Claire,
got
Claire Redfield over there. Still my favorite figure viewers Fabs of all time. She has all her. She has every weapon that you get in the game on her at once.
she's fully loaded. She's ready for.
I
she's ready for
love
war.
that video. That's probably my favorite video of yours there. I swear. Like when I saw that video, I was like, first thing that came on, I was like, huh. I wonder how she fits through doors. but she's prepared though, just in case. Yeah,
she's ready for the zombies. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, this is like a flex / I feel sorry that you guys didn't get the 2.0 that everybody wanted there. So, but I have them. So
That's it. That's all you need to know.
That's all that matters. I have them.
That's my figure of the week. Okay.
Oh man, that's so great. Oh man,
No,
I got to get my throne back
but
out.
It's good. It's awesome. There. I guess I could talk about it a little bit more.
he said it's good.
It's good.
Oh my god.
No, listen. Sometimes you feel lucky in life. I don't have the greatest luck in the world, but like I will tell you, like my first purchases for Star Wars Hot Toys was Darkside Anakin, Obi-Wan Deluxe, Count Dooku, and Yoda from Attack of the Clones. So, those were just things that nobody wanted, and I was like, "Oh, I want them!" Click, and I bought them. Right, and then I got them in, and then instantly I was hooked. And then my second order was Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader, Empire Strikes Back, Boba Fett, the original Luke Skywalker from Return of Jedi, and Deluxe Palpatine. So it's just
Your door.
but yo, get on that guy's case store.
I feel
That's
so
messed
bad
up,
for this
man.
guy. I feel bad for this guy.
I
He's
saw it
been
at my
waiting for, like-
local store today. It's at my local store already. I'm like, geez.
Oh my god.
But yeah, but
Hilarious.
no, I just feel fortunate just to have it here in retrospect. It was beautiful. It was, I mean, I had it in the box for the most part for a long time because this DTOFs and all its space was just like, this takes a lot of space. But now that the module cases are in place now, like I was able to let it breathe a little bit, and it looks so good in the case here. So here's to, I hope you guys get a chance again at a 2.0. Normally I'm a selfish collector and I don't want reissues, but I think everybody who's a Star Wars fan deserves an Emperor Palpatine. So
Yes.
I hope Hot Toys does release that there. Normally I'd be like, ha, but no, I want you guys to have it too. So yeah, it's a sweet piece there.
Thank you for being so
I like my
considerate.
value. I'm an
Yeah.
honest collector. I tell the truth.
All right, guys. So we have reached the end. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for watching. Again, happy birthday to Flavio. Congratulations to Mike on his new baby, born today. Dilo, anything going on? Any new videos coming? We know that yours blew up on YouTube. Anything coming up next?
Yeah, it's been very humbling. I've been feeling very fortunate. My collection was up to over 6,000 views. I had no idea that was going to happen. That's really cool, and it's actually kind of surreal because people are coming up to me in the chats or DMing me who are not in the 1/6 Evolution group and like, hey, are you the same guy that does this video? I saw it came recommended. So it's been pretty cool. It's been really cool. The feedback's been awesome, and thank you guys for supporting that for me there. So I do have stuff on the way. The last time we talked, I think on Tuesday, you asked me what I've been working on. I said I had an idea. I didn't want to share it out loud. I still don't want to share it out loud because I'm filming it. I don't want somebody to take my concept and put out a video before me because I'm slow. That would just crush me. I would like, all right, I'll never do this again. But
you could tell us. Nobody watches us.
I don't know. That door guy, I don't trust him, man. I don't trust that door guy. I think I'm gonna hold this one close to the vest here. Just watermelons and whatnots. But plus, he might tell local Lou, so I can't. I can't tell everybody there. So.
Oh man.
But yeah,
you guys-
I started filming it. I'm recording now. It's something I think that's something cool that the community could really get behind. And I know no one is doing it at all. So I was like, I'm gonna take a chance. It may be an awesome video that people think is very helpful, or it can be completely boring. I don't know, but I will try it and I will share it. And again, love to get your feedback when it's ready and tell me if it's something you guys want me to do more of. But I got a good idea. But like I said, I don't want nobody taking that idea because, you know, if you see my video and then someone else does it, you guys let me know and you can tell them, oh, actually, D-Lo the Collector did it first. I want those bragging rights. So stay
and
tuned.
if you guys see anybody copying Dilo, tell us so we can block them right away. Graham, Graham, what about you? Anything coming in the Jedi's Night Watch YouTube channel?
Yeah, as soon as I get a little bit more time, I do want to do just a couple like top videos, like top figures I can't live without, top pre-order figures that or figures that aren't out yet that I really want. Do have Rescue on the way. I did pick that one up. I figured I couldn't pass up that deal. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to review her, but she's on the way. So
you should review her, and you should do a video on third parties as well, since you know you're getting into it now. I think that would be a good one too.
third party figures that I'm most anticipating.
There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah,
All right.
so that's pretty much what's going on. If you guys haven't been there, go check out the channel. Have a lot
Everything,
of fun over there
all
as well.
the links, guys. So for 808, so the link is in the description of this video every time. So if you guys ever want to get to their channels, it's always under my description. Literally, you could go on any stream on my channel, and all their info is there. So just go, you know, just check the description below. It'll always be there. I always add Dilo, Graeme, and Flavio. So if you guys want to check their channels out, just go right in there, just click on it, and they're all there. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.